Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do a bonus read for you. Scorpio, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I've got a couple of decks here. I've got the Kipper and I've got the Divine Goddess Oracle. We're going to throw some cards from these decks and find out what might be coming up for you. Now, this is a general reading, and when I do a bonus read for you, Scorpio, I do read for the current or the future energy. I don't intend on reading anything that is into the past, and if it does show up, I will acknowledge it, but I won't read there extensively. So this is a bonus read. It does not have a date or a time on it. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. One more. One more, please. All right. We do have child. We have the mature woman. And we have a false person. Let me just pull some more cards before we talk about that. Somebody's lying to someone here. You could be the mature woman, or it could be the mature woman who is the false person. Somebody who's trying to hide something from you. But I think, I'm just going to say, whether you are mature or not, and mature means of age, right? And so whether you are mature or not, I feel like you realize that somebody's been hiding something from you. Oh boy. Seems a little bit dramatic, but I'm just going to say that there might be a child that you don't know about. I feel like you suspect it though, because the mature woman has usually maturity can be, or it not always is, but can be synonymous with wisdom, right? And it does feel like if you are the mature woman, whether you're an older person or not, whether you're like, in your 20s or 30s, or whether you're 40, 50, 60 or above that, it feels like you have the wisdom of life. And it's like your intuition. You've had, oh gosh, you've had experience with this before. It almost feels like this mature woman, card number 6, the 6 is above her head. It almost feels like somebody knows that someone else has been lying to them in a situation. It might involve a child. What's this? Main female. High Priestess. Yeah, it does feel like you have a knowing of some sort. Because it feels like this person here is just a younger version of this person here. That's what it feels like here. Okay, let's get a few more cards. And we'll get some tarot on it here. Find out what's going on, Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. Patience. Sacrifice. We're not going to take all of them because they will be here forever. I'm just going to put them all back. We'll try again. Tell me about Scorpio. Success. Peace. Bottom of the deck, we have acceptance. All right. We have patience, sacrifice, success, and peace. It feels like somebody is going to have to sacrifice some of their success in order to have peace. Success says it's your time to shine. Success from what you pour your heart into. Sacrifice is giving up something now for a future reward. It feels like you are going to have to give up something now for a future reward, and I feel like it has to do with the success of your peace. It feels like you've been very patient. I just got to say that these cards that are here with the Kipper, it makes me feel like somebody's been lying to you or going behind your back. There's something that they think you don't know, but you know it. Now, the child card can be, to me, it's card number 18, first of all. So it's moon energy. It's something that you don't know, but something that you might feel, because I feel like you have that you have intuitive energy. It feels like you have wisdom. It feels like there is something that is off, and you know that there is something that is off. I feel like it's going to come to fruition, or you will figure it out or know about it, but you need to have patience. Okay, let's talk about tarot. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio, please. We've got the Hermit energy. You know, these look very dark. I feel like at night when you're by yourself, when you're in the dark, it feels like you worry. We do have the Moon card here. Card number 18. It does really feel like there is a child that somebody doesn't know anything about. It might be, you know, we've got two people, one with a mask on, one hiding their face. The Moon energy is like things are not as they seem. They are not, but I feel like you know. I feel like you have a knowing because the Nine of Swords is here. You are full of wisdom, and I did talk about that a lot, right? It feels like you have wisdom, you have light, you have support of your... You have the support of your third eye being open is what it is. Somebody thinks that they can hide something from you, Scorpio, but they can't. Look, you're not going to hide much from Scorpio. Stop trying to screw with a psychic. Yeah, that's what it feels like here. Somebody thinks they're hiding something from you, but you have a feeling. Oh, look, we have two. Yeah, it feels like when your head hits the pillow is when you start thinking about it or worrying about it. Tell me more about the Hermit. Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. We have a Ten of Pentacles. It has to do with family. It might not even be your situation, because I feel like it has to do with the family or somebody who you've been with the long term, if it's your situation at all. The Ten of Pentacles is long term. The Moon energy is they are not as they seem in this long-term relationship. I'm going back to this. Somebody feels like someone's lying to them. There could be somebody who is either stepping outside the marriage and having an affair, or somebody who's actually a child has been born from that affair and it's being kept quiet. But I feel like you're the psychic one, and it feels like you have this feeling already of the Nine of Swords. Why am I worrying about this? Because I have wisdom, and things are feeling off. They don't feel as though they really are, and I'm not really sure why I feel that way. It could be you're in this long-term relationship. It almost feels like, you know, the thing is that when you're in a relationship, for those of you who have ever been cheated on or been in a long-term relationship or a marriage and ended up that your person was having an affair with somebody else, you knew it. You felt it. You ignored it. You know, it's like some of you felt it and took action on it, but some of you ignored it. Like you now that you look back, you're like, oh, okay, that's what was going on. I knew that it felt weird. Somebody might be having an affair with somebody that they work with. Somebody that they're in the workplace with, possibly. You're trying to be very practical with your wisdom. You're like going over details, trying to be very practical with your wisdom. Like, you know, this can't be happening. Maybe it's not happening. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me and my worrying energy. But this is hard to ignore because this is the psychic energy. This is Pisces Cancer energy. It's hard to ignore because that's the psychic energy. There's a main female in the future. It almost feels like it could be somebody that we're talking about, right? We have the High Priestess. Yeah, your intuition is on fire. You know. You have a knowing. Your mind races as soon as you put your head on the pillow. Your mind races. We have the Knight of Pentacles. You go over every single phone call, text, everything they said. everything they did in your mind over and over at night. You suspect something. Whether you're feminine or masculine, you suspect something. Something is off. Something's moving really slow. What is going on? I need to go over some details, but I think that you do that while you are asleep. Like, I feel like when your head hits the pillow, that's when you start going over details. Being really practical. Like, I feel like you're not being overly emotional. You're not being overly dramatic. You're being very practical about the thoughts that come in and out of your mind. I feel like we are, but you're like, but this is a happy marriage. This is a happy relationship. This is a happy long-term relationship here. I want to say that everything was going good until it wasn't. And it almost feels as if it were overnight. We've got the sun and the moon opposing each other here. It almost feels like it was as if it were overnight, or it flipped to be the opposite of what it was. And now all of a sudden you're worrying about it. Yeah, it's racing thoughts. That something is about to come to an end. And I think that you're right, because we do have an owl here, and owls are about, endings and new beginnings. They're about transformation. And I feel like you have racing thoughts about, this is about to come to an end, isn't it? I feel like somebody knows. You've been waiting for more evidence, more pentacle evidence, more evidence with the Knight of Pentacles here. You've been waiting for more specific details that are going to confirm your intuition and your wisdom. Tell me about the High Priestess. It's like somebody thought that there is somebody they're having an affair with at work. Or if they have a business, maybe at the office, right? The Emperor wouldn't be unlike the Emperor. If you think back from the medieval times, the Emperor did whatever they want when they wanted to do it. They didn't ask anybody for permission. We have the Eight of Wands. I feel like somebody's going to tell you about it. I feel like you're going to get some sort of anonymous message about what's going on here. You might watch for emails, messages that come from Instagram or Facebook, whatever app you're using. It feels like it comes in anonymously. Oh boy. It feels like it comes in from one of these people. Now, it could be the masculine or the feminine that I've got in question here, but it depends on what's going on in your life, if this even resonates with you at all. But it feels like the Lovers, this person is going to contact you anonymously through some sort of communication that is online. So whatever that is. But the Lovers here, I feel like this person is going to give you specific details about your partner or your spouse, things that are going to make you realize that you can no longer ignore it. Like, this person will say, yeah, well, they have this kind of a mole that looks like Mickey Mouse on the lower back. Like, they're going to say something that is going to you're going to have to believe it at that point. You're going to have some sort of a breakthrough or an awareness of that, whatever you were thinking about in this energy of this moon energy, that it's now, the sunlight is now shining on the Lovers. I feel like this person, the person whoever is the one who I feel, I hate to say it because I don't like to be the dramatic reader, but it feels like that's what it feels like here. Somebody's not telling someone else the truth. There's a child here, and somebody is going to text another person, possibly. I don't know if it's you or somebody else. This could also be something that's happening in your work environment that has nothing to do with you. So keep that in your under your hat as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be your Emperor, right? We do have the Eight of Swords. This person, I feel, is struggling as to whether they should say something to you or not, because they're carrying a pretty heavy burden and they don't want to carry the heavy burden anymore. This could be the person that your spouse, your counterpart, whoever they are. This could be the person who is seeing your person and they can no longer carry it. It feels like it's too heavy for them. And they've been wondering how or when they should say it, or if they should say it at all Tell me about the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Wands. This is some pretty heavy energy. Somebody here is very weighed down. They feel like because they're dealing with the Emperor, this feels like the person who owns the business, the president, the CEO. It feels like that. This person feels like if they say something to you, that they could lose their job, or, you know, it could be somebody who works in the environment and maybe it has nothing to do with them, but they are going to talk to you about this lover's energy that they see in their environment. We do have the Star. I feel like this person feels as though if they mention it, say something, that it will bring healing to the situation, that at least you will know. I think that you already know something's going on, though. Tell me about this Nine of Swords, please, for Scorpio. Page of Swords. Yeah. There could have been a child that was born from this that you have no idea about. Or somebody could be pregnant. There's the mother. So somebody could be with child, right? Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's decided that they no longer want to keep it to themselves. That they want resolution and they're willing to reconcile whatever else is going on here. They want to avoid conflict. And they don't want to have a confrontation on their hands. The sun is shining on the lovers. It's coming out. You go from a place where maybe you thought something was going on to that you know something is going on, because the sun is out with the Knight of Pentacles and the lovers. So I feel like somebody is going to contact you. And I feel like for some of you, it's not for all of you, it's probably very more specific than general, I would say. But it feels like somebody here, and please don't, if your relationship is good and it's great and all things are wonderful and you're so happily in love, this reading isn't for you. This is somebody who's already suspecting that something is going on. Because when I put my head on the pillow at night, my thoughts begin racing. I think that this person here is not being honest with me, or this person who is my boss is having an affair with someone in the office. They've had a child that someone doesn't know about. Somebody is lying here. Somebody is going to have to sacrifice something in order to have their peace. They might end up sacrificing their workplace. Like they may end up just leaving the workplace because they can't handle watching it anymore. If this is you and you're watching this happen and you know that it's going on, it feels like somebody here is like, I have to be patient, but I'm going to have to sacrifice the situation in order to go. Yeah, the Knight of Swords is here. We have the Six of Swords. It might be somebody who if you are the person who is sending the message to the person who you know this is going on with, I feel like you're somebody who's known that person for a long time. You've known the boss's wife, or you've known the boss's other person, right? Whoever they've been living with. It feels like somebody's going to speak up because they value a friendship and they know that this has to be said because there's a child involved. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Somebody who was formerly really quiet about it, didn't want to say anything about it. We do have the King of Wands, is now inspired to step forward, to step out of line and say something. Because it feels like somebody here has a friendship with the person this is happening to. The Ace of Swords is here. Yeah, it's like a knowledge and a knowing that if I say something, their marriage is going to be over. There's the Empress. That their marriage is going to be over, right? We've got the Emperor and the Empress. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that right there. Look, it feels like somebody here, if this is your situation, this could be happening to you if you've been suspecting that something's been going on with your spouse at the workplace, that they've been having an affair. I feel like it's even worse than that. I feel like you don't realize that they've had a child with the person they've been having an affair with, and that you've been ignoring your intuition and the wisdom that you have about the situation because you didn't want to know that it was going on. It feels like that. For others of you, this maybe isn't a situation that has anything to do with you. This could be a situation that's going on in the workplace, and you know this person's spouse. You know this person's spouse, right? The Empress. And you are friends with that person. You like that person. You know that person. And I feel like you're going to be speaking out to that person and tell them what's going on. I feel like you're going to sacrifice the success that you've built in this company in order to get peace, because you're just doing the right thing. That's what the High Priestess would do. They would just come clean. Somebody has been quiet, but they are no longer going to be quiet Feels like somebody is decided that they're going to step forward, step out of the formation and say something. All right, I don't know who that was for, but if it was anything to do with you, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.